What's going on, YouTube? Got a fun one for you today. You know that from the thumbnail of this video, I'll be replacing this door skin, and you're going to be going, what the fuck? I thought we were done with this stuff. And so did I. Right. Yeah, we're going to get into it. But first, let me show you what I have been able to work on in the very limited time over the past few months. Here's the rear quarter panel, all bodywork. It's just in the rough-in phase. It's blocked to 120. I can't go any further with it because in order to block this even straighter than it is, and it's in pretty good shape as it is, I need to be able to block from my fixed panel to now my movable panel. So I gotta block from this, usually it's your rear quarters that you start with. I gotta go from here all the way forward. So in the process of doing so, I finally bit the bullet and said, you know what, I need to reassemble the door to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. So the door is finally fully assembled. It's minus this exterior latch and my glass. And I do know that the glass can affect the way the door fits into the opening. You don't think so, but the weight of this really does make a difference. I know how to adjust for it. I know how to account for it. So that's why I didn't put the glass in. It's such a pain in the ass. And I didn't have to take it back out. I did put my chrome trim on, or stainless trim on. I have taken it off again because I don't want to damage it during this process. So you don't even get to see that. But the weather stripping is in this door. The door pins, bushings, springs, the rollers, the regulators, the latch hardware, all of this is in the door. The only things that are not on it is the door card, which doesn't weigh anything, the glass, and this handle. This door opens smoothly. When I open it, it does not drop, it does not raise to close, and you don't have to do any of that shit. It takes very little effort to do so. Literally, you just lift up on the door handle, the door pops, and that's it. The bottom of the door still does not line up, at least in this one little section right here. It does not line up. But the rest of the door does, and that is the piece that you have to take into equation. It's kind of hard for me to show it to you all on camera while I'm still using two hands, but the point being is my gaps are all correct. The window frame matches up with my B pillar, especially with the trim on, because it didn't when I bought the car and hasn't since then. My gap at the bottom is uniform, and it's the same uniform gap from the very front of the door to the rocker all the way to the rear of the door. The bottom of the door, it matches up perfectly with the rocker. In fact, you can't see it, you can't feel it. If you're looking down the length of the car, you don't catch it. Meaning, like, if you took a straight edge and you did this, you don't catch anything, right? It doesn't catch the door. But down here, it catches because it's off just a little here, but down here, it's off a lot. Down here by this blower style line. Why is that? Well, it's because of my dumbass. So I put in these metal patches when the door was not fully assembled and not mocked up to be in final assembly. This area right here, and the reason why the whole door was twisted was because there was a great big mangling of I don't know what the fuck they did, bounced the door off a pole or some shit. The whole top of the door here, in fact, it's still got some wrinkles in it, right? And this area still is not metal finished. It's still got a little bit of filler from the excess that we laid over it. It's all warped, it's all rickety, and I straightened a lot of this, but didn't finish it. And then down here is a great big patch, and this patch was literally just JB Weld when I first stripped this car down. So I replaced it with steel, but I didn't do a very good job welding it in, and I never metal finished it. And when I did it, I did not match up my style line to the quarter panel style line. Hence why this door sticks out just a little bit right in here, right? And it's just off by like a 16th, starting right here, goes to a 1/4 inch right on the style line, and then it's back to less than a 16th, the very bottom. You know, look, that's not that bad. Slowed some filler up on it, right? Remember, the style line is a 1/4 1/4 inch off. If I'm gonna gap this properly, or I'm gonna bodywork it with filler, I would need more than 1/4 inch to hide it, and then I would need 1/4 inch over a length of 12 inches or so as it tapers off and gets less and less and less towards the end. I'd have to really lay on a lot of filler, right? And this is that impact zone that people bounce their shit off your car. So that's what's the first thing that's going to fail, especially at 1/4 inch. It would be the filler. So no bueno in that regards. And on top of it, I'd have to add it to the rocker, the lower portion of the door, and maybe even to the front fender. That's a shitload of filler. I don't like this option. Option 2 is I cut all this shit out and then I put in new patchwork. It's actually not a bad solution. Problem is it's a timely solution. It takes a lot of time to fabricate a patch and get it fine-tuned and have the fitment, just the fit up perfect. And then there's option 3, which is the way I should have taken this approach to the whole car, is they make the panels for everything on this car, both exterior body and structural, and just about everything is you can buy. This door is $120. I already bought it. It's on its way here. It will take me a day, maybe 2, to replace this whole skin and get it fit up and perfect. Whereas if I was going to do this patchwork, it's probably going to take me in real time about a month working on it, 1 or 2 days a weekend if I get to it. It's going to take me 3, 4, 5 days. That's a month in my time, real time ability to get here and do this. If I had taken that same mindset with my quarter panel, both quarter panels, I'd probably be done with this car. Just futzing with these quarter panels and the metalwork where I've patched things into this car, I've had to redo a lot of it several times before I got it perfect enough to where I'm satisfied with it. And I'm hoping to be, what I mean by me satisfied with it is very high calibers to where you don't need a whole lot of filler. Enough of the rambling, guys. You kind of get the gist of why I'm doing this. I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. I'm gonna disassemble the skin. I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it, and then I'm gonna clean up the frame, clean up the interior part of the frame itself. Hoping to do it with the frame in the car. I don't want to have to take it back off and then hopefully get the door back in the exact same spot that it is right now. Crossing my fingers. And then I'll show you how to hang the new skin and any adjustments that have to be done, and how you basically hammer dolly a skin back into place, because that is how you do it. So I'm going to time lapse removing the skin because it's 20 minutes of just grinding. The process is you literally just grind along the edge till the overlap, because this outer skin folds over the frame. You just grind that off. That's all it is. And you grind it off on all 3/4, and then up here it's kind of spot welded in. Same on the front frame, same on the rear. You just cut that out, and the whole skin just comes right off in one piece. Alright guys, it's been a few weeks in real time since I've been in the garage and since I did the time-lapse video. I do have the door skin sitting in a box. I have not even unpacked it yet. It tells you how much time I've actually spent in the garage. 0. But I wanted to show you what I'm working with as well as what I've uncovered just from a few minutes of looking at it. So the only thing that I have done outside of the video was pull the window regulator back off because it needs to be either rebuilt or replaced. It's got some bad rollers in it. There was a little dead spot in it rolling up and down. Any of you guys that are old enough to remember manual windows, manual door locks, shit like manual brakes and all that other stuff, comment below. Represent, show your age. Great, we're not boomers, but damn, we're old enough to remember cars from this era. Yeah, represent, please. Drop it below. Okay, I gotta do a lot of cleanup work. You can see right here, I got some surface rust I need to clean up. I still have yet to pull all the spot welds and peel off the backside of the skin. I also believe I've encountered what the root cause of the door damage itself. Let me pull you off the stand real quick. So down here, this spot here, right, it's black for some reason, but it's rippled. It starts right around here and it goes down. There's a big bump, all right? Over here, this is warped, right? And if you remember, backing up, there was the big ripple in the door, right? I believe that somebody kept slamming the door repeatedly, either once or over the course of many, many moons, that they had the seatbelt or the latching mechanisms for the seatbelts caught on the door jamb, and they just repeatedly slammed the door. Why do I believe this? Well, for one, it's in the perfect location. 2, let me pop the door real quick. Without the skin on, there is no strength in this door, right? I'm not forcing this. I'm just literally shaking the door, right? It is just a wobbly mess. There's no strength whatsoever to it. The skin is the strength. This is not like newer cars that have bracing and crumple zones and all that other bullshit. Literally, somebody hits you T-bone, they're coming into the passenger compartment because there is nothing stopping them. There's even with all this old school, very thick, strong sheet metal, it's just not strong enough. This is why old cars are not safer than new cars. Okay, so I believe when you slam the door, it would cause the door to still catch the striker mechanism, right? While you have something down here in the door jamb, and it caused it to ripple right here. It caused the frame to warp out on this location, and over time, caused the whole door, because it's so flimsy, with the sheet metal now rippling, to now twist in. I believe I found that root cause. If you guys believe me, you think I'm wrong, you think I'm full of shit, tell me so. Drop them in the comments. Okay. Because I have to order some new parts, I'm gonna get new window glass, weather stripping as well, because I've realized it is super easy to install and uninstall when the door skin isn't on. Wish I had thought of this when I did the passenger door, because I'm not pulling that skin off. At least I hope I don't have to get this weather stripping in place, because it's kind of rotted, it's old, it's brittle. I might need a new window regulator, right? Yeah, lots of fun stuff. So I'm going to order some parts. It's going to take a couple more weeks. Probably a couple more weeks before I can get back out here. So I'm going to wrap this video up once I'm done cleaning everything up. And we'll do a separate video for the installation of the glass, or installation of the door skin. Happy, happy, joy, joy. All right, let's get back to work. All right, guys, I'm just rough hanging this door. And it's a good thing I'm doing it, because if I had already started modifying the frame and doing all that other good shit, I would not know where my reference points are between the old door and the new door. Okay. So here's an example. So the rear of the door slides into this little slot. There's a lip here that just folds down just like the rest of the interior part of the window frame. So that hangs there. I need to widen it just a hair so that slides down. This door does not mount the same way on the front as the old door did. The old door had a rounded edge here and it just spot welded it to the window frame. No, this door has that same lip. It has to drop down, so I've got to cut a slot into the front of the frame there so that it also slides down. All right. I need to do all of these things just to see in rough-in where I need to place the door height-wise, because if you can see, I don't know if you can or not, actually you probably can't because of how low the bottom of the door is. The lip on the bottom of the door and this frame it doesn't just go in one spot. There is a good 3/16 or so adjustment that you make the door up, down, left, or right. So you want to make sure you place it in the right spot before you start folding over that edge and spot welding it in. So like I said, I'm just doing the rough-in phase. There's a lot more work to still be done. I still have to finish cleaning up the interior part of the door frame, fixing the little bit of rot in the bottom corner, and then, you know, putting in my window trim, window gasket, whatever you want to call it, as well as the regulator if I rebuild it or replace it. So those things are all going to be touched on in the next video. Make this two-part because this one's already going way too long. So thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about the process, what I've done, how you do it, drop it down in the comments below. Hit the like and subscribe if you would. I do greatly appreciate it. It lets me know that you guys are actually paying attention to this stuff and it's worth my while. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.